The graphic adventure game has been around since the very early 1980s, but it really only found its footing with the implementation of point-and-click control. And no company did more to popularize this method of moving a character around the screen than Lucasfilm Games, subsequently known as LucasArts. For many people, 1990's The Secret of Monkey Island still represents the very pinnacle of graphic adventure games, challenged only by its 1991 sequel, LeChuck's Revenge. Now, a frequently laugh-out-loud pirate adventure, Monkey Island stars Guybrush Threepwood in the main role. It was an adventure in which verbs played a starring role. Push and give, open and read, simply click one of these commands and then onto the object you wanted to perform it on, and the magic happened. And it really refined the SCUM engine to make what was already an accessible system even more user-friendly. As such, it was easy to make progress, and quickly too, and as a result, the player forms a really strong connection with Guybrush, probably stronger than the player ever had with any of LucasArts' previous protagonists. But it's not really the humour of Monkey Island that makes it special amongst adventure games, nor its simplified interface, or even Guybrush himself. It's because its makers did the unthinkable for video games at the time, pretty much. They made it virtually impossible to lose at. Adventure games prior to Monkey Island could and did leave their players stranded, or even worse, kill them off entirely. Maniac Mansion and Zack McCracken and the Alien Mindbenders, great title, were absolutely guilty of this. You could pursue dead ends, leaving you with no way of advancing proceedings whatsoever, or just see your characters wiped out. Monkey Island got rid of these headaches though. Its puzzles could be obtuse, sure, but they were never unsolvable just because you'd missed an object a few screens back. This meant you could just use wildly random collectibles in the weirdest situations, banging A against B until something stuck, until you worked out the game's surreal logic. But when it clicked, it was there for life. Now, Guybrush couldn't be murdered by a ghost pirate or fall off a cliff edge to his doom or collapse having been poisoned by a dodgy batch of grog. He was invincible, unless you really wanted to put his claim of being able to hold his breath for 10 minutes to the test. But even if you did that, the game has a laugh with you. The commands change from open and close to things like bloat and decompose, and also, tellingly, order hint book. Now, today, of course, if you get stuck on an older game, you just look online for a solution. There's no need for a helpline. But the original Monkey Island doesn't often leave you really stumped. You're never staring a red herring in the face as you plead with a troll to let you pass. Wink. And knowing there's no real risk to any of it encourages you to experiment with the silliest combinations. And of course, the silliest combination usually produces the correct result. This no dead-end design would carry forward in the Monkey Island series and influence other graphic adventures too. It really allowed the player to drink in this cartoon Caribbean world of oddball folk, crusty pirate captains, and swashbuckling governors. I mean, Guybrush himself started the game just wanting to be a pirate, but by being outright unbeatable, what he eventually got was a place in the history books as one of gaming's most unlikely icons.